Well, hello everybody. Car Chronicles. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. How you guys doing? You ready? So let's talk about no contact. Okay, so I might make some of you mad, or some of you guys are going to be in denial. That's fine. I was in the boat at one point in time, learned my lesson. So I'm just teaching you from what I've experienced personally, my professional perspective from what I've experienced. And then for those of you that call me auntie, doc, sis, cuz, bruh, what else do I get called? Ma. So we're gonna keep it family, and we're gonna mix some professional in there to help you understand the concept of no contact. Now, some of you guys gonna get mad because it's gonna feel like I'm pointing my finger at you, but we're gonna have to keep it real, all right? Because I'm gonna keep it real. You ready? When you are in a situationship with a narcissist, that is an addiction. Go back and watch some of my videos on YouTube where I talk about the chemical components of addiction, especially when you're talking about trauma bonding concerning a narcissist and a relationship or a situationship with a narcissist. And so anytime or anybody that you know that may have had any kind of substance abuse problem or addiction that had to go to like inpatient treatment, there are some things that they teach them. Number one, to break away from the crowd, your normal crowd, because these are triggers. These are things they help prevent relapse. They teach them how to keep from relapsing. There are things that trigger them. There are things that are familiar territories, familiar places, familiar people, to keep them from relapsing back into their addiction or spiraling back into the addiction. And then they know that once they get back into the addiction, they start using again, they don't come in just at a minimum, they come in at a maximum. And a lot of them end up dying because they go back into their addiction. So they end up overdosing because it's too much that their body can handle. Well, think about that in the perspective or the concept or the thought process of a narcissist. Every time you go back, it gets worse because that narcissist know you can't stay away from them, him, her, whoever, but they know that, and every time you get in there, number one, the love bomb becomes shorter, but the addiction is even worse because they come on stronger, faster, harder for a shorter period of time. And then they punish you because every time you guys are discarded or you guys are separated or you discard and you come back, they punish you for leaving. And everything that you do to leave, every tactic that you have used, you have talked to coaches, you have talked to counselors, you have gotten resources, you have separated your bank account, you have moved out, you have gotten support, you got into a support system, you got your finances back up. They come in to destroy that because now they know there are certain things that you did to get away. So they're purposely focused on those certain things that you did to get away to prevent you from getting away the second time. Now go to part 2 so I can tell you the rest of what I was going to say. Car Chronicles No Contact Part 2. So now remember, every time you discard or they discard you, and I know for some of you guys, but they discarded me. In their mind, they're not rational like that. You left and you were happy, or they left and you ended up being happy. How dare you be happy outside of a narcissistic relationship? How dare you smile, lose weight, and look good? And then when they get you back, they torment you. The abuse is worse than what it was before. So the problem with the no contact that I find many people have is they think that they can still dabble a little bit. Let me explain that. If you were addicted to drugs at one point in time, heroin, crack, meth, whatever it is, you were addicted to drugs at one time. There's no such thing as, I don't do it anymore. I just do it on the weekend with some friends. Or, I just do it just to get by during the day. I just do it once a day. That's it. No, when you stop doing drugs and you go through treatment and that's it. If you have ever been addicted, that includes alcohol. If you've ever been addicted or if you've been addicted, you cannot ever drink or use drugs again. There's no such thing as social drinking. There is no such thing as social use, a recreational use of drugs. Because you had an addiction at one point in time, you don't want to do anything that will cause you to spiral back into a unhealthy coping mechanism, especially with drugs and alcohol. Well, with a narcissist, when you go no contact, that means everything. Now, I understand there's some people that are still trying to get out of it, some people that have just gotten out of it. Yeah, it's going to be painful. Who said it wasn't going to be painful? Just like with the addiction with drugs and alcohol, you're going to go through withdrawal symptoms. Yes, your body will actually feel the withdrawal symptoms. Some of you guys, are confused, when you're saying like, I don't get it. I know this person is bad, but why do I crave this person? Why do I want this person? Well, your body's speaking to you, letting you know that you were addicted to a person. You can be addicted to a person. The dopamine, the serotonin, the oxytocin, all that stuff is the chemicals in your brain. That's why the brain is so unique. You got all these chemicals going off in your head, and you're physiologically feeling it in your body. It's like a craving. It's like you need them, but then you're struggling with cognitive dissonance. When I talk about cognitive dissonance a lot, on one hand, the truth. This person was no good for you. You could talk to me. You can do the best videos. Some of you guys are the best content creators if you actually put some information out there, because you know exactly why it's not good. You know the truth. On the other hand of the cognitive dissonance, you're struggling with the fact that your emotions are trying to override your logic, override your truth. You can't let that happen. That's where you have that struggle internally, where you come up with your own excuse as why not to go no contact. So let me tell you what no contact includes. Go to part 3. Car Chronicles, no contact, part 3. So allow me to tell you what no contact looks like. Now, for some of you, and I know some of you get mad, you always pointing your finger. You pointing your finger at us. Oh, I must be talking about you. So, no contact. And for some people, you go no contact and don't answer the telephone, but you don't block them. You decide that you don't want them contacting you on Facebook, but you won't block them. They're messaging me, but you won't block them. Block them. You have to understand that when you go no contact, that means everything. That means no contact whatsoever. You block them on the telephone. Stop concerning yourself, or stop scrolling their Facebook page to see what they're doing. Because number one, their mindset is that you're always watching them anyway. So they're going to show out. They're going to be the best actors and actresses that you're going to see on Facebook. They want you to hurt. They're going to take that new supply and do everything that you complain about. They do it with the new supply to show you, to hurt you, because that's something you want. If you wanted a specific car, the new supply is going to have that specific car. They're going to have that car. If you wanted to go on a specific type of vacation, they're going to be at that vacation, and they're going to make sure that they post it. If you didn't like if you like taking pictures and they made sure that they didn't take pictures with you, they're going to take 5,900 million pictures and post them. And you have to think about it. They're talking to you. They're talking to you on Facebook. They're talking to other people to show how wonderful their life is, but they're talking to you. They're rubbing it in your face. And then you're wondering why you're hurting every day. No contact means no contact. Don't talk to them. Block them on your phone. Block them on your social media. If they come around, see, some of you guys won't even go call the police and get a restraining order or a no contact order. Well, I don't want to do that. It's not that serious. Or you're not serious about your recovery. You're not serious. And a lot of times people are straddling the fence. You want your cake and eat it too. You can't be a recovering crackhead and do recovering crackhead. There we go. You can't be a recovering crackhead and just do crack occasionally or socially or just on the weekend. You're still a crackhead. Let the crack go. Let the narcissist go. Go no contact. Leave them alone. Go through your withdrawals. Get a good support group. Find therapy. Go to betterhelp.com/Dr. Carmen. Get a 10% discount, and they'll connect you with a licensed therapist wherever you at in the state. And a lot of them are doing it online. You can find help. psychologytoday.com. If you got insurance, use your insurance. Go find a therapist. But you can do it. A lot of times you make excuses. People make up excuses. That's what that cognitive dissonance is. You make up excuses at what you can't do. I can't do this. I'll never get over this. I'm hurting so bad. I can never see my way out of it. Well, you have what you say you have. You got to change your narrative. When you change your narrative, you can do anything, honey, because I change my narrative. I say what I'm going to do and what's going to happen. Change your narrative. Go no contact. Now, this is Car Chronicles, no contact part 4, and this is specifically for those of you that are not able to go no contact. So this is for those of you that can't totally go no contact. For a lot of you, you have court orders in place. You guys have parental visitations. You have visitations, court order visitations. So, there is a certain amount of communication that you do have to do with your baby daddy, your baby mama, and the thing about it is, though, is that they're not entitled to an entire conversation. You have to look at it as a business transaction. What time are the kids, what time you coming to get the kids, what time you want me to come pick them up, what time you drop them off. It's a business transaction. You have to be careful when they say, hey, how you doing? That you don't turn around and get comfortable and say, I'm doing fine, how you doing? It's something just that simple will open up a door to get them talking, and they'll tell you all their business. They'll get you to talking about yours, and hey, or they complimenting you. I just wanted to let you know you look very pretty today. Thank you, I appreciate it, and keep it moving. You guys don't get into no, quit all that. Just, hey, thank you, I appreciate it, and then start talking about something else. But some of you guys are still heartbroken, so a little compliment like that, they know what to do. They know how to drop them tidbits. They know how to get them little carrots that you follow behind. No contact means no contact. And for those of you that are limited, limit your conversation. It is a business transaction. You don't have to give them all your business. You don't have to have a whole conversation. Don't get caught up in that. Well, I'm trying to, keep it cordial, and we're trying to be friends. No such thing as a friend with a narcissist. No such thing as being a friend with a narcissist. And when you do talk to them, you got to remember they're always gathering information. They're always trying to get some information from you. You'd be surprised, because when they hold it against you, you're going to be like, dang, I thought that was just a casual conversation. There's no such thing as a casual conversation with a narcissist. They're always collecting data. And especially if you look like you're doing better, they're already mad. So they're trying to find any kind of way. And they can't get in as easy as they used to get in at one point in time. They're trying to figure out, they'll use the kids. But for those of you, there's a video that I did, and there are other videos by other content creators called parallel parenting. Because there is no such thing as co-parenting with a narcissist. You're going to co-parent and they're going to counter-parent. So I did a video on co-parenting and counter-parenting. And I also did a video on parallel parenting. But go look up the term parallel parenting, because when it gets to a point where you can't really communicate with them, you may have to start documenting. You may have to start keeping like a notebook and exchanging that notebook. But it tells you in details about the parallel parenting. But no contact, and if it's limited, gray rock, and I'll talk about that later. Well, I might talk about it now, but gray rock, and think about it, a rock, you can say whatever you want to say to a rock. A rock is not going to give any emotions. So when you're dealing with a narcissist, you gray rock. You don't express your emotions. It doesn't matter how bad you are hurting, how much you miss them, how good they look, how good they smell, how good they walk, whatever they drive. Gray rock. Don't give them no emotions. They don't deserve your emotions anymore. Cut it off.